Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 64, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you, to any podcast services that are out there. That goes a really long way for us. Or you can go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, Lex?
Not too much. Also, just a reminder, you could totally leave us a 5-star review and tell us which is your favorite of the three, just so we know.
Yeah,
out of the group, so it'll be.
That's what we need. If you want to increase the ego of Lex, please do that. And just post it on on our Apple Podcast.
But I give you a 5-star review. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. You can give us reviews. That would be nice. I like feedback.
Yes. That is very true. Do it. Yeah. But anyways, what's going on with you, Lex? How you doing?
Well, it's been a week. If you guys missed it, Dax passed away on Thursday. So I've been having a little bit of a tough time. I keep waking up feeling like I'm having a heart attack. So yeah, I'm trying to get by. So guys, please don't ask in the chat how Dax is doing, because he's up in heaven, I think, or wherever they go. But yeah, so
he's in kitty heaven. Yes, of course.
Yeah, he went over the Rainbow Bridge.
Yes, exactly. Or in a nice farm. So it still sucks but all kidding aside, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know you've had that cat forever. Like, how old was she?
He was 17. I was doing the math the other day, trying to remember. We said in May, he's celebrating his 16th birthday, but then my dad sent me pictures of him when he was a kitten that I sent to him in 2003. So it's well, wait a minute, because he was a May 1st baby, because we were 11 days apart. So yeah, I've had him about 17 years. Before we started, I almost yelled at Adam, go feed the cat, just out of habit, so he wouldn't howl during the podcast. But yeah, no, he's been a part of my life forever. I moved out of my mom's house because she tried to make me choose between him or her, and I clearly picked the cat. He was my first bottle baby. I had him before his eyes were open. I was the first thing he saw, and we had a really cool relationship. And he was one of those animals that he wasn't if people were over, he wasn't hiding. He was in everybody's face, what's up? I'm Dax. How are you? Welcome to my house. This is my humble abode. Even Smitty knows. When Smitty came over to fix my computer when I had first gotten it to help set me up, so then I could kind of further whatever it is that I wanted to do for streaming. Dax was standing behind him, touching him on the shoulder, hey, sir. If you could just turn around and pet me, that would be great. That's kind of the cat that he was. And
he's an attention whore.
Yeah, he was very much why are people ignoring me, if they did? So it's been rough. Just trying to day by day.
Oh yeah, but sorry about that.
Thanks. We did play games all week. I did miss Thursday. I didn't want to miss Thursday. I didn't mean to. But I closed my eyes because I'd been crying all day and my eyes were burning. And I was like, I'm just going to set an alarm for 30 minutes and then I'll get up. So we did a makeup stream yesterday. But Dax is gone. Cool. So that's the week.
Yeah. Well, sorry to hear, but at least he's definitely out of pain too. So. Yeah. So that's definitely a cool thing too. All right. And we also got the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Well, I am still here. So I know last week I had a bit of a moment and had to step away. I think I'm still not certain. I need to go get checked, but I think it has something to do with looking at screens so much, because I continue to get dizzy looking at screens and whatnot. That's why I'm wearing these spectacles today. So that seems to be helping a bit.
You got your Clark Kent's on. That's what you got right now.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, though, it was another long week. I've been grinding through Marvel's Avengers, and I missed yesterday. Similar to Lex, I laid down after doing D&D with the Mishmash crew, and I was just out. I was out. I was done. So I may do a makeup stream tonight. Either that or I may just chill out and just I might just chill out.
Just
But
chill.
yeah, it's like I kind of feel like just chilling out and you know what I mean, just taking some time. It's a long weekend with Labor Day on Monday, so you know, I want to be able to take advantage of that and kind of rest my brain a bit. But other than that,
simple.
You look handsome with those glasses. I like
thank you.
that shape on you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Makes me want new frames.
It almost looks like y'all both have the same kind of frames, though. It doesn't look,
Mine just sit
I
lower.
can see the brown in
think.
hers.
Yeah.
Mine are tortoise, but these are like over 10 years old, so I need
Wow,
new
you can keep
frames.
you really keep good
I know.
place on your glasses if you had it for that long. That's great.
I was broke growing up as a child, so if I got anything that was like, don't break them, you don't get another pair, I was like, okay, I got it, you know? So
Yeah.
I take good care of my stuff. But you
Dave,
look handsome. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. Davis, how was your week, my friend? How have you been, brother?
Man, it's been good actually. I've been on my week 2 on my streaming regiment. So I've been playing some Star Wars in the first half of the week. I think I'm at the halfway point right now, but I think I'm gonna try to finish that sucker off next week, hopefully. And then I've been playing some Animal Crossing. You know, Animal Crossing is like slowly kind of creeps up on you a little bit. I will say I'm only on day. Yeah, I'm only on day 2 of Animal Crossing because I can only have time to play it once a week. But like, yeah, I mean, but like the time that I play, I mean, I play a pretty good extensive amount of time just to get a lot of stuff taken care of. Like, but I've just been having fun playing it just casually, and it's like, and I'm like when I stream it, I got to meet like a lot of new people, which was definitely really awesome. So I definitely enjoy it. It's nice, chill, don't have to worry about like, you know, a lot of different things. It's just there. And once, what were we gonna say?
Invite people to your island that already have like done everything, because they'll give you money.
Yeah, you've said that to me before. Yeah, I got someone did give me like
planting money trees, by the way.
I'm sorry, there's money trees?
Yeah, so okay, every once a day, you'll walk around and you'll see a glowing light coming from the ground. You'll dig it up and it gives you money. But then if you turn around, I've been doing 10,000, which then yields 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's done growing. I'm paying off my house at the moment. Like the Tom Nook is a goddamn thief.
Yeah, he's a real big thief.
Yeah, I haven't built my basement. That's the last part of my house I need to build, but everything else is done. But yeah, then you take whatever money you want. You could put 100,000 in there if you want, and it will, or 99,000, and it'll triple that. So just keep that in mind. Once a day, find your money tree area, dig up that money, then take a chunk and bury it.
Wait,
You're welcome.
What are you burying?
Okay,
money.
So on your island, yeah,
you put the bells there's a spot there that you find.
The light that comes out of the ground. Dig up that bell, right? There's bells in there.
Yeah.
Put that away, but then grab a tent. Don't bury it. You grab money before you close up the light hole. That sounds weird. And then you put like 10,000, 30,000, whatever you want. Cover it, and then it'll yield 3 times that.
99K is a bug. I don't know what that means. Like, is there a bug when you put in 100K?
I don't think you can put in a total of 100. It can only be 99.
Oh, 99K max. Okay, cool.
But then it gives you 3 bags of whatever you grow. Does that make sense? Good. So if you put 10,000, you get 30,000 back.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've been playing that very casually and been having some fun doing it. So like, and definitely, so like I'm pretty much streaming that every Thursdays right now. But and then on Friday I was going to do something, but then I decided no, I'm just going to lazy it up, and I did. So yeah, so that's
nice.
Yeah, which was very nice. Getting ready for the 3-day weekend. So anyways, but let's get down to it. I know y'all don't want to be hearing any more of our Animal Crossing tips with each of us. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about something specific to the gaming industry or a specific game itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners on twitch.tv, to be a part of the conversation. So by all means, you can just go in the chat of any of the conversations that we have, and just be a part of the conversation. Just type in what you think, and chime in on what we're talking about, and we love to talk with you about it. So let's get down to it. I'll go again this time around, and I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct that just happened this week, which, by the way, I get so annoyed by hearing what Nintendo Directs, because they do a horrible job advertising these things. Like they
just drop it
yeah,
on
they
you.
don't. They just drop it on you like if it's nothing, and they're like, "Oh, okay, people are just going to go and just pick it up if they want to." And I'm like, "Okay, this is ridiculous. Y'all need to stop acting like that. We have stuff to do. We got people to see and stuff like that, you know." So so like the Nintendo Direct happened because it was a special Nintendo Direct because it was wanting to celebrate the 35th annual anniversary of Mario, not Super Mario, but Mario themselves as a character in Nintendo. So, and it's a really big deal. So there was a lot of stuff that they gave in 20 minutes that they were doing. There's a lot of things that they're going to be doing throughout the celebration. The biggest thing, since Smitty's already put in the video on it right now, is that they announced a 3D a Mario 3D All-Star Pack that's going to have Mario Brothers 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, and that comes out literally like in 2 weeks. So that's gonna be a real fun thing. And I advise you, if you've not played Mario Sunshine, you should play this one. This is I think Sunshine is probably the most underrated 3D Mario game, but it is a really, really good game. I think that it's better than 64. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of 64, but this one was really good. Mario Sunshine was definitely the go-to for it. Also though, they didn't stop it from there. There was also things that they were going to be doing during the celebration. They're also going to be adding the Super Mario 3D World, the game that came out on the Wii U, is being ported over to the PlayStation to the Nintendo.
That would be insane.
That would be hilarious. To the Nintendo Switch. It's like, we don't care about Mario anymore. We're just going to put this on all systems now. It's going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. And this game is probably my favorite Mario game. And I am so glad that they finally decided to port this sucker over. It's a full multiplayer, 4-player game that you can play with your friends. And the stages are crazy. Yeah, the stages are ridiculously crazy. It's really fun to do. Then they have these new outfits as the cats that allows you to crawl up on the different kinds of things and stuff. But like the stages itself is just so creative. I think this game is incredibly underrated, and it's not even the fact that it was because I think it was the fact that it was on the Wii U was what was the problem. But for on the Switch, this one's going to be a really good seller in my opinion. So that one's coming out in February of 2021. This is a definite must play game on the Switch in my opinion. So that was a really cool thing that they're definitely adding it too. So also, and then they're also adding a really cool mode that I really want to try out. They're calling it Mario Brothers 35, I believe, or 30, I can't remember. Mario Bros. 35. What Mario Bros. 35 is going to be is that it's going to be the original Super Mario Bros. That came out on the NES, but you're playing with 35 other people. It's a battle royale. So like depending on how far you go into it, monsters will come on other people's screen. You're going to force monsters to come on other people, one of the other characters' screen. So if you go further ahead and if you kill someone, it's going to go to someone else's screen. And then it gets to a point where monsters are going to overload and you're going to die from all the enemies and stuff. It gets crazy inside of it. So like I think the way that they're doing it is freaking interesting because I was like, wow, to do a 3D from it, like, or a VR version of it, just like what they did with Tetris
Right.
99. I was like, this is cool. This one's a limited time though. So besides the fact that you have to have the Nintendo Online, you also need. I think this is only going to be available for about 6 months, and then they're going to remove it. But yeah, so Super Mario 35 is another one.
So you have to purchase it, and then they're going to remove it after 6 months.
No, you're purchasing the internet, the network play, like for your Switch. You know, because
so it's a free game.
It's a free game, yeah.
It's
a free game
okay.
itself. Yeah, so so they're doing. They announced all of this, and like literally, no one knew that this was coming. It just literally came out of nowhere Friday.
And I got an email 2 days ago about all of this, and it included the Game and Watch. Game and Time. What is
yeah, that's right. I totally forgot.
That's how I heard about this.
Yeah, but like you said, you said 2 days ago, what was that, Thursday night? Like literally, and then that was the day they did the the announcements. So like they didn't even really give you the heads up on it. And then they're also going to be doing, like you said, the limited edition Game and Watch. It's going to be a colored version of the Game and Watch. If you don't know what the Game and Watch was, this was like a small little handheld that was black and white.
One.
Yeah, it's you still do technically.
I still do. It's in my dad's house. Yeah, I absolutely do still have it. It works.
It used to be a black white ink thing that like that you could play portable and stuff like that, which is really it was really cool. So, but they're making a special edition of one that's like that's colored, and but they didn't give it a price yet. So and they didn't give a release date on it either. But so basically, they basically threw so much Mario news at you like in 20 minutes, and to be honest with you, I'm glad like all of it was good. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I just wanted to know what y'all thought about like if y'all didn't see it, what y'all thought about what's coming up on it.
I did not see it, but what I've seen here, like I heard about the 64, the 3D or 3D All Stars coming, which I thought was dope. Having 64, I vividly remember getting a 64 and playing that. That was one of the only Marios, you know what I mean? Like other than the older ones. That was probably the last Mario that I played like start to finish. Like I'm excited to be able to have the opportunity because I never had a Wii U, never had a GameCube. I didn't realize how many like iterations of these franchises that I really truly missed. And I would love to have, and being able to have the ability to now purchase this, go back and play these games that I never had the opportunity to play, and I get to play it on my Switch. Absolutely, dude. I am all for it. This is freaking cool. And the fact that you're saying that like some of these, like I've heard of some of these, and these are the first time I'm really seeing it. I'm like, this is amazing. I was like, how have I not known that these Marios existed? How is this the first time that I'm seeing this? These look like a ton of fun.
Yeah, they look really nice. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Lex?
This is the first time I'm seeing them too. I mean, obviously I'm terrible at platformers because I don't see well anymore and my depth perception just is terrible. But this is something I would definitely want to play. I'm down. I mean, we've already discussed like what my favorite Mario was. But I think the 64 was the last new Mario that I played. Also, hated that one. There was like a slide on your butt, and I hated the controller.
I love that controller.
I could never freaking beat it. Well, it wasn't at my house, so it was at my friend's house. So it wasn't like I got to play it all the time. It was only when I was over there. And it was so frustrating because literally that's all I needed to beat to freaking win, and I just couldn't do it. But this looks awesome. I guess the last thing I played was Wario, but that's not Mario.
No, it's a different game, different kind of game, but it's, I mean, in the Mario world, but it's the different kind of game completely. But no, I mean, like, I personally wasn't a big fan of Mario 64 either, but I was more of a fan of Sunshine. Sunshine, for some reason, Sunshine, I connected with Sunshine a lot more than I did with 64, and I don't know why, but it just was a fun deal. Yeah, Sunshine was the 3D Mario that came out on Nintendo GameCube. So like that was the one that came out, like, and the Galaxies was the one that came out on the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, the first Galaxy.
I never played that one though.
Yeah, so I mean, all those are was really good, and I mean, Mario 64 for its time is very innovative. It was definitely innovative for its time, so I
Yeah.
definitely understand like why people will definitely love it. Like Nbots right now
Yeah.
saying Mario 64 literally changed the entire platforming genre, but did so in such a flawless transition. I can't praise it enough. Yeah,
I don't
it did.
disagree.
It
I do
definitely
not
did. But
disagree.
it definitely did on what we see, what platforming 3D platforming is, what we is today, is really what was the start of it. So definitely but like for me, I just couldn't get into it because like my control, like the 64 controller was my problem too, because like the joystick, especially if you have a bummed stick, like that's the worst. It's like because of like it's either it wasn't responsive, or it was just always angled at one side, or if it was just loose, and there was
Freaking
so many different types of things.
lag.
Yeah, it was
See,
just
I
so
never had that
annoying.
issue. My
Oh, I
experience
did.
with it was fantastic. I mean, that's where we got. Original Mario Kart was pretty good, but the Mario Kart on 64 was my ish.
Oh, I love Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario Kart. Well, yeah, Mario Kart 64 was great. Yeah, definitely.
Mario Kart is when I decided that I was no longer going to play games for a while because I just couldn't steer. And it was frustrating because I know how to drive a real car. Why can't I drive this? And I think I tried, oh man, because I didn't have a system. I had my Game Boy. I was begging my mom. I was like, can we buy this controller so that I can take it to Heather's house when I go over there? She was like, no, they have controllers. I'm like, I know this, Mom, but Tyler breaks the joystick. And my mom basically was like, that's not my problem. I don't have extra money for that. No. I'm like,
That's
oh.
fine. But
Yeah.
but like, look at all of that. Like, literally, all the stuff that they packaged in this whole direct. I'm gonna probably have to buy all of it. That's what it basically comes down to.
Basically.
Like, I was just like, my God, yeah. Like,
Well, wait,
and the
how much does
one,
this cost? Is this
well,
60?
I don't know.
No.
I
They didn't give
imagine
a
that there's
price
gonna be
for
a
the.
premium.
Oh, if it's a Mario game, it's definitely going to be the full value, the full price, especially
Wait,
like.
what's that? $295?
Well, no, I'm thinking it's going to be
Oh,
60 because how old they are. But
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
3 games, $60.
I'm
It's
okay.
3 games. But
I
like
want a Mickey cat.
Mario 3D World is probably the most underrated one because, like I said, I don't think that since there's not a lot of people that bought the Wii U, comparatively, not a lot of people played this one. But I think this is the one that that now, since it's going to be on a platform that is way more successful, and way more has the bigger broader horizons of everything else. I think this one is what people need to look at because this game is amazing. It's amazingly fun. So I will definitely say that. I can't think of anything enough of it. So yeah. So I love it. Like, most people here on the chat is like basically saying 64. It's because of 64. So I'm
basically.
not. I'm
Change
not
the
surprised.
game.
But no, change the game. It really did. It did change the game. Like, I mean, like, it was so crazy. Although GoldenEye, yeah, there's 3 games I
Absolutely.
played:
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, Mario Kart, and Mario 64.
That was all you
That's
needed.
what it was. You did proximity mines in the library, license to kill. That's what you had to do. The simple as
Flaps
that.
only.
Flaps only. You can't
And you
pick.
use odd job. No.
You can't use odd job. They've even admitted. Hey, they even admitted that Odd Job was a cheat character.
It
So
was.
no, so you cannot use Odd Job. Screw that nonsense.
That's fantastic.
Oh my
That's
God. Okay.
fantastic.
The end boss is asking, do you guys know about how multiplayer was added to GoldenEye? No, I do not.
I did
I
not
had
know
heard
that.
about
I
this,
had
yeah.
it for Wii, but I didn't play very much of it.
You never played the original 64 GoldenEye?
Yeah, no, I played the 64 GoldenEye, but there was one for the Wii that I had that one as well. It was like a remake of it, but I didn't go all the way through it. But yeah, no, dude, I grew up playing GoldenEye.
Okay, yeah, because like I know it wasn't as good as the original. Still, I think GoldenEye aged horribly, but like for but
like,
during the
yeah.
time when it was in its
Yeah.
prime, it was what we needed at the time,
It's funny
So,
you
yeah,
said
there
that.
we
I
go.
saw a tweet recently, and it was a girl gamer, and she admitted, she's like, when I was a child, this was going to be my husband, and it was a character from Golden.
With the odd job?
No.
Or Trevelyan. Okay,
Yeah,
with Trevelyan.
and it was like he didn't even have any features. Like he's a
Wow.
block. But yeah, I mean, I get it.
The game was late, but multiplayer was done without the knowledge or permission of the management at Rare and Nintendo. The first they knew about it was when it showed up to them working. Wow,
That's
is
nuts.
insane. So
Wow.
nowadays that's not gonna fly, but back in probably I guess in the 90s, they're like, okay, it's like sure, it's already
Why
done.
not?
Let's do with it. Like you should see. Oh, you should see that documentary, the video game documentary that just came out. I think it's called Instant. That came out like literally like 2 weeks ago on Netflix.
Chris
Like
is
the
in it.
story of Chris, our friend of the show, Chris Tang, was on it. Yeah, so that was really cool. But there's a part where they were talking about how Star Fox was created, and that was actually very cool too. So yeah, I would definitely be.
I still need to
out.
watch that. Yeah,
Definitely. All right, Lex, what is your topic?
It's my turn. Sorry, my lights keep freaking out. It can't figure out that I have red hair, and it freaks out. I apologize, guys. Nothing I can do about it. So I have bad news. I hope you guys are ready. Are you sitting down? Please take a seat. Twitch Sings will be no more. I
You said you had bad
know.
news.
I know. So I was a little surprised. They show like the statistics, and I was a little shocked because I felt like Twitch Sings was more of like a huge thing in the community. But it looks like Rock Band Studios is the one that developed it with Twitch. It says that they're looking to the future to invest in a broader tools for service that will help grow the entire music community. If you guys don't know, there's a huge thing with like the DMCAs right now, and people doing covers. And so I think that that's what they're trying to work on. Because obviously Twitch Things was great, but that doesn't really cover other parts of that genre. And if you guys don't know, when you are a private contractor who, let's say you're going to play a show at the House of Blues and you're going to be playing covers, you are able to get a license to then be able to use the rights to that music, so to speak, in your own way. And there's no way for us to do that when we're live streaming on Twitch. So my hope is that that's what they're trying to work on. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm crossing my fingers.
My speculation is on this, and
what?
sorry, just kind of sort of cut you off there, but
no, it's fine. Don't let me finish my article. It's okay.
such a but anyways, I think that they don't want to pay the royalties.
Yeah,
because they have 30. I mean, like they have 3,600 songs in their bank on Twitch Sings, and they have to pay the royalties and the royalties for those songs every periodically. And I feel like I think they're saying they're using the excuse, like they're saying that they're wanting to put their money in something else. Is more like they're saying they don't want to throw their money. They're feeling like they are spending too much money on those royalties, and they think that they can use it better in something different than what Twitch Sings is providing. So maybe, yeah.
I would imagine that they weighed, how much money they're actually making off of people that stream in that category versus how much they would have to pay in royalties and fees to be able to do it legit. And you run in the red, it ain't gonna happen. Don't look good. So we'll see what they do.
That could absolutely be part of it. So they're saying that they're going to close it down January 1st, 2021. The community has inspired us with their talent and passion. We thank you all for what you've given to Twitch Sings over the years. In the general music category, there are 3.6 million followers. Twitch Sings represents a tiny portion of that with just 161,000 followers. So you're right. They're probably not generating enough to then pay for the royalties for these songs. And the game currently has roughly only 1,800 viewers, which doesn't even come into second place with the rhythm music category. I mean, Beat Saber, it's Beat Saber and like Osu are basically like right there. Now, they are going to release, they have a backlog of about 400 songs, new songs, that they're going to give us until, obviously it goes down in January 1st. And it's going to start pulling videos and clips as of December 1st. So if you are a Twitch Sings streamer, or you do it a lot and there are things that you would like to keep, I would highly recommend that you download and keep those now, because they're going to go away.
Yeah, because they're going to have to remove all of it off of their platform completely.
Yeah, because they're not going to be paying for the royalties any longer.
Yeah, so it's like, so I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Smitty?
I'm curious to see now how some of these Twitch Sing streamers pivot away from this. I know there's someone that I follow that's in the Twitch Sings community. That's all she does is that. So it's like, what's she gonna do? What's the next step? It's tough, because I understand it too, as far as with the royalties and stuff like that. Business wise, clearly they're not seeing it as a way to be able to make money. They're most likely losing money doing it. How they
but don't you feel that it's like it's like you're playing with fire when you want to be that kind of streamer? Because like, when you think about it, it's like, come on, like if you're a Beat Saber streamer, or if you're a Just Dance streamer and stuff like that, because like you're going to have to deal with that, with the DMCA, like, paranoia forever, like for these kind of things, because like you can't just leave a clip of certain things if you're playing a specific song, because they could strike you on that. And I mean, I'm sorry, what were you saying, Lex?
Well, my thing is maybe, and again, maybe a stretch, maybe they're working with record labels to then maybe give it so that, let's say you are just a karaoke singer, essentially, which is what Twitch Sings is, or you play a lot of covers and not a lot of originals, make it so that you can now get your own licensing for those specific songs, because it's cheaper for one person to do it instead of them as a conglomerate to then pay this big umbrella. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, okay, now we've set it up where you can contact this third person party and you can tell them, hey, this is what's on my song list and may or may not get requested. Can I get the royalties to do these songs, X amount of times per week, and I can... There's got to be something,
can you
and maybe
imagine
that's
that
what
kind
they're
of
working
work?
on.
I mean, that's just like,
it's not that difficult. They've been doing it for years.
No, I'm talking about like if you're the individual, like you have to cater for that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like if you play Rocksmith, or if you play, heaven forbids, like let's say you play something random like Guitar Hero Aerosmith that came out on the PS3 like years ago. Like you can't like just openly be like, okay, I want to play this game because I enjoyed this game and I want people to watch what I'm doing, because guess what's going to happen? The music's owned by Aerosmith. It was good at the time when you bought the game, but now it's you have to go by people's like assumptions of what people would possibly pick up. And that is difficult, because that's my point. It's like there's so many, like you can't just pinpoint, like you have to buy a library. You have to buy a library of different kinds of artists, and then people's options are so open and broad that you can't, there's going to be that one that guarantees that they'll be like, oh, we don't know.
Right. I think you're missing a little bit of what I mean. So that's technically what Twitch Sings does now, if you think about it. They're doing it an umbrella. Now, like let's use JT as an example. JTZ. He has a certain set list of songs that he knows that he plays regularly. He knows which songs get requested every stream, right? When he does his music streams. And then I think what needs to happen is Twitch needs to open up a dialogue, because it's the same thing as if you were, playing a gig at House of Blues or doing a lounge set in a casino. You're playing covers. You have a way to then talk to like House of Blues, and they can give you those rights so that you're not dinged if a live recording goes up somewhere because you paid for those rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting paid by House of Blues, but you're also paying for those rights. You show them your set list, right? And I think that is so much easier than what Twitch is doing now with their large umbrella. And I think making it more defined for each and every situation, and they talk to the third party that Twitch has then opened up for them, would be so much easier. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think too, though, I mean, that's them showing like, look, dude, we're not willing to invest this much into that sector or genre is what it boils down to me. Because you're right. If they're saying there's an easier way, but maybe they don't have the capacity as far as with people, they'd have to hire on more people, build out a different division. They're trying to get away with it using a blanket license.
Downsizing.
Yeah, and and that's exactly right. They're not looking to expand. They are looking to, if anything, cut. And where can they cut to make sure they're still making profits? And I think that decision has something to do with it. Because then you got people that are working on the back end of this stuff. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not trying to speculate and say people are going to lose their jobs as an indication of people losing their jobs, but. I don't know. This, again, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, how it moves forward, and if there's any other areas or features or things that they'll start looking to cut back on, depending on how the rest of the year goes.
Yeah, that's true too. I think like if they what if they do find a replacement for it that could possibly, because I mean I don't think that they're going to. I mean the idea of them to just say goodbye to the singers of Twitch, like people who use this Twitch sings, there has to be some sort of something that they're going to try, that they're looking into to compensate, because even though the community isn't that big, I don't want to give them benefits of the doubt, because it's still Twitch is still the conglomerate for the most part, but I will say that I don't know if they're just they're gonna have to give them something to kind of to look ahead of it. They just haven't been they're not either ready for whatever they're wanting to talk about or whatever. So who knows? I mean,
it's kind of a guess at this point, but just so you should know. Sorry guys, bad news. I hope you are all sitting down.
Did you do it? Did you ever do Twitch things?
Me? Yeah.
I totally
Day and night would request it all the freaking time, and then I would schedule a Twitch sing stream, and I would sing for like 8 hours, and day and night wouldn't show up.
That's
zoom me in, dang it! Every time. He didn't zoom me in.
Yeah, because Smitty was on cloud 9 somewhere. Anyways,
his new glasses just make him cute. I'm done. I'm done. It's so sad. I can't handle it now.
Day Night's like, Day Night's admitting to it too. He's like, yeah, I sure did.
He did all the time.
Maybe just that was his trick. He's like, oh yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Then he really never shows. That's hilarious. But anyways, okay, well, cool. Smitty.
It's before then, Deck.
Close this up. What is your topic of the day?
We are going to close out with a little bit of WWE news. This just came down. Some wrestling hot off the pipe. It's interesting and not surprising, but Vince McMahon apparently has threatened to punish his talent engaging with third parties. We're talking Twitch, YouTube, anything that they're doing. I just want to read from the article here for a second. It says Vince McMahon issues an edict this past week that talent can no longer engage with outside third parties, which would presumably include platforms like Cameo and Twitch. WWE held a call with talent last Sunday regarding the reinvention of the product. During the call, it was said that WWE owns the real names of talent, not just their character names. McMahon followed up by saying a letter on Thursday wrote that it was imperative that they promote and protect the brand in every conceivable way, and that talent have 30 days to stop engaging with third parties. I don't know how this could even be a thing. Number one, they're independent contractors. So I don't know, you know what I mean, unless you have some sort of exclusivity within your contract, which I'm pretty sure they don't, because then they'd be considered an employee, not a, I believe, not a, or again, I don't know how that works exactly.
What video did you use for this thing?
I don't know. I just found a McMahon video.
I like it. I like it.
I just found a McMahon one. This is crazy, but this is not surprising. I think number one, this move is being made because WWE and all that are planning on using them for other things outside of wrestling, especially the way things have been going, how everybody's on digital stuff and whatnot. So I think this is a play to get them off of doing what they're doing and try to exclusively have them doing stuff, or at least those characters, you know what I mean, within their own ecosystem and whatnot. It's lame and it sucks for the workers. I don't know how they don't have some sort of union or something organized, because this doesn't seem like, you know what I mean, like they're not getting any kind of health benefits from this stuff, anything like that. I don't know if that was crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. You know what I mean, like Jesus. They don't you know, there's no health benefits, there's no any of this stuff, so like I don't know how he can forcibly force people to not be able to utilize and make money in other places outside of their contracts. We were talking earlier too, you know what I mean? Like other than WWE, some of the smaller wrestling organizations, you can go and wrestle, you know, over in Japan or something like that, and still do other work. This seems kind of crazy to me.
Well, like, okay, so basically this is what it is. So 9 times out of 10, when you see a wrestler on the WWE, they have a wrestling name. Like, you know, obviously they don't use their real names. But what the way that they do it for WWE themselves is that the WWE copyrights the names that they create. So that's their own innovative name. So if, let's say, someone made like for instance, Triple H is a copyrighted WWE name. So Triple H, so if his real name, like I think his name is something LaRoad or something like that. Like if he decides to make a Twitch and he puts it under as Triple H, in the eyes of Vince McMahon, he's saying, "Oh, he's using the WWE copyright name of our entity, and we don't want to be a part of that, whatsoever." So that's the biggest problem. So I think it's not the fact that he's telling people getting off of Twitch. I think he's basically telling them that it's like, hey, if you're going to use Twitch, don't use our names that are copywritten under our the WWE flag, and do what you're wanting to do. So basically what Day Knight was saying, like, I know Paige and Rusev streamed, but I'm guessing they can't anymore. That's not true, because technically Rusev, if let's say theoretically Rusev was still part of WWE, his stream isn't called Rusev, it's called Miro TV. So so he's fine. Paige, on the other hand, Paige, on the other hand, will need to change her name on her Twitch, because that's not her real name. That was made. WWE created that name, so they need to change it to something else. Because like to say that they have to be off of the platform is they can't do that. Even if you were even if you are in any kind of like company and stuff, they can't tell you what you can and can't do to that extent, to be like on your free time. Well, because if that's the case, like Up Down Down that Xavier Woods made back in the day, like 4 years ago, would have been in big jeopardy. But no, he never went by his WWE name, so he's perfectly fine. But the ones I want to know was AJ Styles, because AJ Styles also streams, as well as Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is the same way. That might be a little bit of a gray area, because AJ Styles, he's been known as AJ Styles forever, way before WWE and stuff like that, you know. So like I think that I
was gonna ask about like what about like The Rock? Like The Rock or The Miz? Like I remember The Miz was on Road Rules, and he was The Miz back then. So how does that
Yeah,
work?
That was his name before he even got into WWE.
Yeah.
Like, he signed a contract and
It
guarantee
depends. It depends. If he copywritten his own name, then WWE can't do anything about that. That's what I'm
Paige
saying.
has
But like,
already changed her name, by the way, to Soraya.
okay, so that makes sense.
Ah,
Yeah. So
But
like, yeah,
she has
because
old content that says like Paige and all of that. So
I don't know what that means. Yeah, so I don't know what that's going to
I'm
have
gonna
to.
have to
What it's
delete
going to
it.
be. It's a very crazy thing. Like, it's kind of weird to me because it's like, okay, so I understand why he is mad, because he's saying that because like for some reason he's been wanting to keep a control of when someone's announcing that they got COVID, because the most recent one was AJ Styles. He announced that he got COVID-19 on his stream on Twitch, not on the WWE but on Twitch. And
oh,
he got upset about that. But then I was like thinking to myself, is like, hey, you can't do anything. You don't own AJ Styles. Why would it matter for you if you did or not? So but like, you're rubbing people the wrong way when you're telling them it's like, this is extra money that's also giving, like, letting people know that what they do, that's going to say, hey, you can watch me also on WWE and stuff like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like
They don't make that much money either.
they don't. Well, depending on your tier level, yeah, you're right. You don't make a lot, quite a lot, unless you're like a top level guy. But then you got like
Well, the females
uh
barely get
Asuka,
view time.
yeah, Asuka, the WWE champion. Like now, Asuka has a YouTube channel. I don't know if she goes by Asuka on that. I think it's either that or Kanachan TV. I can't remember. I don't remember. But like, yeah. So like, all this is real. It's really weird that he decides to decided to say scrap the names of all of it. He's really putting himself in a hole. I think he just doesn't want to deal with the times on this. But yeah, it's insane that he has that's what that being a contractor, that's the kind of power that he has for it. That's ridiculous. Excuse
I
me.
feel like he's always been the bad guy, obviously, when it comes to the organization. I mean, I used to like watch a lot when I was a kid. We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
cable, but
Mm-hmm.
we could on the weekends, and so my dad and I would sit down, and Mysterio was his favorite. I barely got to see any girls wrestle ever, and
Mm-hmm.
then I would say, what, 8 years ago, I got really into like the girls of wrestling because they had their own TV show, and I liked the Bellas, and I really like got into Paige, and Paige was one of my favorites. And there's two other gals that I'm missing that I absolutely loved, and I just can't think of their name off the top of my head. But they were
Sasha Banks.
oh, I liked Sasha. She was okay. No, there's it's the two girls. And they were with the two guys too. Like they were kind of like a 4-man tag team. Anyway,
The two girls
um,
with the two guys. Okay.
I know. I can't think of and they had like I think they were Samoan. I could be wrong on that.
Mm.
Oh god.
Sorry to kind of get you off track. What were you saying?
Anyways, a lot of the girls end up dating a lot of the men, and if you notice, the men are getting the screen time, so they're making a lot more money than the females. And a lot of the girls have side jobs, but then they would get in trouble. That came up several episodes where they were doing things to then actually support their own lives because WWE was not making them enough money to do so, even on tour. So they were having to do things like, you know, online, like they were doing, you know, networking stuff or cameos and things like that, and they were getting in trouble for it. So it was like there were several episodes where the girls had a meeting, not with Vince, but basically higher ups, like with Vince, just without him there. And they're like, so you want us to figure out how to pay for insurance? That's like, wait a minute, you do what for a living? To then also make pennies. You don't even give us like food to eat. And you want me to live off of what exactly? You know what I mean?
I
And
mean,
so it was scary. They were like, this show, we barely make any money off doing the extra show on the side. Like, what are you wanting us to do here? So we can't do anything, but then you want us to perform every week.
I don't
It
know how
just
they.
doesn't
right.
work.
I don't know how they haven't unionized like that.
I
That
know.
you know what I mean. That sounds like like I don't know how they have not come together and said, at least give us a basic thing, especially within that profession. Like that's not easy by any means, and they're doing a ton of traveling as well, and they're physically doing, physically putting their bodies through these things and I don't think they're daily, but like at least, probably on a weekly basis. That's rough, man. Like, I don't know, and then they're doing it for scraps, no health insurance, no, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. They definitely should unionize, in my opinion.
I mean, medical at the most part, at the least, because I mean, like, I
Right.
mean, it's so physical. Yeah, I mean, and
They
and
do have
but
medical on always there.
Yeah.
not
Like
not
they
if
have their
but
own
you have to
medical
Cost
team,
you.
but they
You better not
can't
get hurt. It's
really
gonna
do
cost you.
anything. Yeah.
because but medical is weird for them though, because like I've had friends that were like, not big, they were part of like the performance center and their contracts and stuff. Contracts do cover them under the deal, but it's not fully on the company for medical. If they get hurt, they do pay, so they have to pay on their own, a certain amount on their own too with this kind of stuff, depending on the circumstances of what kind of injury it is. And then on top of that it counts against you if you have a contract that it
You're
prolongs your
not
contract.
fulfilling.
Yeah, it also prolongs your contract longer because your
You're out.
downtime is coming in. Yeah, so like it's kind of like it's kind of a messed up kind of situation. So like, I mean, certain ones like AEW does take care of takes care of the wrestlers like that when it comes to those kind of contracts and stuff. But like, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I don't know how, like, it would be a miracle if they ever decide to kind of equal it up, and then they decide to do if you had to think of a place that has that kind of protections to kind of group it up, because like the term contract worker is so vague. It doesn't feel like it's responsible on what WWE does for under these weird contracts. So I don't know, but like,
well, especially, I mean, it's an entertainment company. You know what I mean? Like like how they get away with doing everybody is, or at least the talent is all independent contractors. Yeah, they got to do, I mean, because you got to think like acting and film and stuff like that. Like, there's at least a union, and you're unionized and together and stuff like that. So that totally makes sense. That works.
Mhm.
They've got health insurance and benefits that they've come together. As far as with like within wrestling, I'm guessing they're either they have a spouse that has some of these benefits, or that is in a line of work that works, or I don't know, they just have to pay out of pocket and do it like that, and that's brutal.
Well, there was an
Right.
episode where Brie Bella was talking about Daniel Bryan's neck surgery and how much they were going to have to fork out for that. And they had just bought a house. And this wasn't like some luxurious, like, oh, I'm John Cena. Look at my three-story mansion. No. Like, this was like a nice, comfortable little home with like a backyard that they could have a garden, maybe a pool if they squeezed it in. Like, it was a nice, like, little 4-bedroom house. And Daniel Bryan had to have neck surgery. And she was just like, I don't know how we're going to pay for this. And like she's like, I want to get pregnant and I can't even do that because now we have to worry about him. And it's like, well, and then after that, his contract, he still has to fulfill it. So after neck surgery, like the second they say he's good to wrestle, he's going to be out there. And let me tell you, that's never correct. They need at least another 6 months before they can go out there, but he doesn't care, and it just, it really made you realize that they take their talent like, no, you're a piece of paper to me, and I don't care how much time you need to heal. The second our doctor, not your doctor, but our doctor says you're good to go, you're back out there.
That's crazy.
That's why so many people are getting re-injured. I want to say this was like 6 years ago, when a bunch of people kept getting re-injured, and Paige ended up fighting and she was injured, and that ended up why she was out for so long. I think she's still out, right? Is what you were saying, Davis?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, she had to go out. They forced her in early retirement at this point. So like, so she's doing like TV shows, like interview, like as a newscaster, sportscaster now. But like, she's basically done when it comes to that. Yeah. So. Yeah, she said that she wants to come back, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, they forced her back before she could come back, and then she got hurt, and they were like, well, sucks for you. You're going into retirement. She's like, I don't want to retire. Just give me like the year I need to like bounce back. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know, man. It's a neck injury. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's something that you can't really mess around with. Just
Daniel Bryan did, and he got the belt.
It took 10 years for him to come back. It's like this is 2 years ago, so she has a little way to go from that. Yeah, so like, so I mean, it's just it's if and when, man. But like, I just think that there's a right way of doing things and the wrong way. But like, I don't know.
We
As
should have had
always,
DFP on here for this. I'm sure she would have so much to say.
Right?
Oh my god.
Her and I he doesn't only play the character. I think that is just him. I think he
Daniel Bryan? Yeah.
No. Yeah. Vince McMahon. I think he's just, you know what I mean? Like,
he's just an asshole.
Yeah. I don't think he he's about them ducats. He's about them ducats.
Very much so. Very much so. Lex, what do you have planned for the week?
Well, I don't know if we're playing Grounded tomorrow. Smitty, have you heard word?
I haven't heard anything. I think JT his schedule changed, so like I don't even think he's available during those times anymore.
We're gonna have to refigure out Grounded because we were trying to do like a sequential thing with the four of us and like going through the storyline per Adam because he's the boss man. But maybe Grounded tomorrow. Monday, Song of Horror. We're almost freaking done. We are so freaking close.
I saw that's coming
to
it is nice.
Yeah. Yep.
You what, Smitty?
It's coming to console. Song of Horrors. Yeah.
It is. It is. So if you haven't picked it up, I highly recommend it. It is so good. I did have a couple glitches, but yeah, you can definitely see like where we progressed and what happened. And I call it Accidental Murder Mondays because I accidentally kill all of my characters. It's not my fault, okay? Tuesdays is Spoopy Tuesdays. We've been having a blast with that and having like little special guests here and there. And then Wednesday, we're playing Alien Isolation. I think we're almost done because I know there's like 18 missions in total, and I think we're on 11 or 12. But I get a kick out of that game. There's so much foreshadowing that I know when bad stuff's going to happen, but nobody else does. Or like, I'm like, oh, I just messed up. Here she comes. She'll go eat me. But I don't say it out loud because everyone else is like, oh my God.
You just you're a horror movie connoisseur, so you definitely understand what's coming up. Yeah,
exactly. Well, and I read a lot of books too, and they do a lot of foreshadowing, not just with like the music, but like we'll have a conversation. The guy walks away and he turns around to like brood at me, and I'm like, "You're dead." And she sucks him into the room, into the darkness, you know. But we named our alien Barbara. You can call her Barb for short. And then Thursdays we've been doing community nights, so Fall Guys or whatever's on the docket for that week. But yeah, that's what I'm doing this week. What about you, Schmitty?
Myself, I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking about because work has kind of been crazy last few weeks. Just a lot of like I had to bang out a commercial. I shot it Monday and had to have it finished by Friday. I finished it by Thursday, by the way.
Look at
but
that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I still got some more stuff next week that way. So I may just chill, try to do I'll be on for sure Thursday and next Friday as well. I just think that I just needed a break and kind of, you know, you got to step away for a little bit sometimes and kind of reset. I think I'm kind of at that point right now. So I'm just going to take some time. I think we're going to go hiking tomorrow and do a little picnic or something. So it'll be nice to get outside and be a bit of a person.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. That's good to hear, dude. Yeah.
What about you, dude?
Simple.
Yeah, what you doing?
Well, since I'm on Monday, I'm just gonna go back to the same old regiment. Go back to try to finish up Star Wars next week. So we're gonna do the first 3 days: Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Star Wars, Force. Wait, what's it called? I can't remember that.
No.
The the respawn game. I can't remember what it's called right now.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah, Fallen Order. Jesus,
I almost said last
Law and Order. He's gonna play Law and Order for you.
I swear to God, we're gamers. Yes, but anyways, yeah. So then on Thursday, if you want, you can definitely join us with some more Animal Crossing's New Horizons streams at 11, and we'll definitely, and then on Friday maybe play a little bit more Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. So yeah, so we're definitely going to just definitely have a nice fun chill streams till then. So cool. Guys, this was episode number 64 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you so much for listening and being part of the conversation. We will be back again next week as always, and we excuse me, and we will be definitely doing a new conversation as always. So so definitely be sure to give us a like, a follow, comment, whatever on any of our podcast services on Apple, Google Podcasts. Yep, 5-star review on who's the better podcaster between us, I guess. Or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out everything that we do, which is like, unboxings, reviews, everything, what have you, on anything that's geeky. So this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye.